Hello, I welcome you all on the behalf of the whole Analytics Steps team. And today we have with us Mr. Kyle Fernandes, the CEO and co-founder of MemeChat, an app that is utilized to make memes, share memes, and monetize through memes. I would like to thank you, Mr. Kyle Fernandes, for sparing time for this interview. Mr. Kyle, my first question starts something like this, that memes are one of the most sought after digital content consumed by groups of all ages. And meme chat in particular has become a favorite of Gen Z and the millennials. So, can you please describe the basic concept and some of the features that meme chat offers and how the youth connects with it?
Yeah. So, what we have noticed is this, right? Like Gen Zs and millennials, they memes have now become like a language, right? And people are constantly sending memes to each other, and it's become a form of communication. It's like people will just reply in memes, will just send memes, and they won't say anything after that. They just keep sending memes to each other, and that's the behavioral pattern that we've noticed, right? So, where we first focus is the accessibility and the ease of sending memes, for a normal consumer that we have. Second is what we work on is content. That content should be flooded on the platform, and there should be daily content that is being generated on various topics, so that every single person, every audience can relate to that piece of content. So we have a strong creator economy. We have created tools to make that much easier for users to create content, because usually not everybody is a creator, but who have that creativity, we should give them the right tools to make it happen. In fact, me and my team are working on some amazing tech where we are using machine learning to actually generate memes for people. So you can just put in your name, let's say Kyle, and you put in something that I like to do, and it'll make a contextual meme just based on those two data points. And that is what we are finding interesting, that there's going to be no lack of content in the coming time, because machine learning is doing a damn good job of it.
That leads me to my second question as well, that we talked about youth. So, what can you tell me about the state of digital humor in India? What kind of content amasses the maximum engagement or is the most successful one? And basically how the meme industry has grown over the years.
Yeah. So, it's, I mean, to understand, what content is going to work, and what is, if you want like to have good content working all the time, it's very important to understand what it is that's relatable to people, right? So you have a group of people, let's say, 1 lakh people. You need to find out that one common thing that's relatable between all of them, and you make content around that. For example, it could be regarding, about the entire country was affected by the lockdown, and the horrors of the lockdown, getting bored in the lockdown. So that became a relatable topic that if you made content around, everybody could relate to and like. Similarly for people, let's say, who are working in a marketing position, or let's say for journalists, right? you know so if journalists are, there's a certain thing that's relatable to them, probably an inside joke that only journalists know about. When people make content around that, it's relatable to them, right? And that is what it's all about. It's about it's hitting the right chord of the relatability with these people, and that is what's important. So the more broader the topic, the more people can relate to it. However, it becomes more and more interesting, the sort of smaller niche you make out of it, right? Because when you go to a smaller niche and you make content for a smaller niche, the kind of the minority feels valued. It's kind of like that's the psychological thing, that they feel valued, and then they like the platform more, they like the content more. So that's essentially how it works, and that's what the digital landscape is kind of looking like in terms of content. And then again, you have so many politics. You have the current affairs that's happening. Politics draws definitely a massive divide in terms of content, and yeah, so that is what it currently looks like.
Has the industry, changed over the years, or it is the same kind of content that works throughout? I mean, let's say 5 years ago, was the same kind of content gaining superiority, or things have changed?
No, I think things have changed for sure. I mean, initially when it came out, people were new to memes. They were newbies. They were seeing what kind of content works. It's also about social, like what is socially acceptable, like what kind of content is socially acceptable, and the more socially acceptable people get, the more weirder, the more absurd, and the more sometimes offensive also the content could get, right? Because all of us being socially accepted as a piece of content, right? And essentially that has changed in a massive way. You used to have Nobi memes in the beginning, which are very mild
Isn't that
jokes.
called being normie? I
Yeah,
guess.
it's called being normie. Yeah, it's called being normie. You know, so you used to have these normie memes. So if you're normie, then you're probably the 2015 meme kind of person, right? So yeah, it's all about that. You were 2015 memes are normie, and now they're just evolving into something that is more absurd, weird, wacky. And the thing is, it's going to continue to become weirder and absurd and wackier. I mean, that's how this essentially works. And the thing is, it is so dynamic, right? That Gen Zs, millennials have such a short attention span. They need interesting content, regularly. Otherwise, they'll get bored. So you have to keep up with that wackiness.
Great. Okay. So I've just seen MemeChat now has over 2 million downloads and about 6 million memes on it. However, being
So
a startup,
so the numbers are actually we have I think we have about 3.5 million downloads
mhm.
and about 12 million memes.
Great. That's amazing to hear. But being a startup, I mean, investment is the most backbreaking, almost the Herculean task, or rather the process to undergo for a bootstrap startup. So, what are the some challenges that you faced, with Meme Chat in terms of investment?
Yeah, so in terms of investments, so we raised our first round in Jan. We are already in the process of the closure of this round is almost done as the second round, which I can't so that is there. But the thing is, we as a company have been very stealthy. So we have first looked at monetization. So we never like other growth companies thought of monetization on the side, or it's something that we look into once we reach, let's say, 100 million users. Monetization was always a prospect for us because for me the motivation was to make this into a massive product, right? To make it into a big product. And there is no guarantee for investment, right? You have to really understand, investment is also it's a skill, right? You have to be a great storyteller. You have to be an amazing, a person who can drive momentum. That is something I'm still learning, and that's when we realized to keep monetization as a focus. And we did massive in monetization. So we did about 600 $700,000 in revenue. And
Mhm.
being a healthy company, that amount of money really helps in understanding how budgets are supposed to be allocated. You become really spartan with how you spend money, but you become really wise at the same time, of spending money. And now that we've raised our second round, I believe that the way our spending habits are, it's going to be really effective for us because we know how to conserve money. We know how to grow with a small amount of money. And the interesting part is for growth, right? We grew at about 300,000 new users a month, as registered users I'm talking about. Uh, and it's all organic. We don't spend on Facebook and Google ads. We have our own organic channels, which are our Facebook and Instagram pages. And we have the growth over there is such that the retention numbers are high, the engagement numbers are high. So as a company, I am one is definitely monetization. That is definitely, if any company says that they're going to do monetization at a later stage, they probably are not going to do monetization at a later stage. It's very hard to inculcate that in the company.
Mhm.
Second is the engagement metrics like retention, the amount of memes created, memes sent, and the core engagement metrics, they have to be right from the very early days, because as you scale, the numbers are just going to reduce, right? So that is something that's very important for us. So we have had that correct, and now I feel we are on the right track
All right.
on this. But investment has now become easier for us.
Mhm. It was
That's
a
the question.
Herculean task at the beginning, I'm sure.
In the beginning, because it's all about storytelling. It's all about about your vision. It's all about how you as a founder and how you're going to build your company. And once you are able to communicate that aspect well, then it's not a Herculean task.
Absolutely. So, as you were talking about the AMY, so recently, MemeChat launched this AI intelligence meme generator that can make memes in a fraction of seconds. It's almost like you're programming a machine to be funny. So, how has MemeChat employed or integrated this technology into memes, and how have people perceived it? Have they been welcoming to it? Have its used increased? I mean, what's the perception?
So the thing is this, right? So we've had 12 million memes on the platform, right? And we have our CTO is an amazing machine learning enthusiast. And the fact is that there are 12 million memes on the platform, and that's 12 million pieces of content which are filled with humor. And that is essentially what we did. We extracted humor from the memes that we currently had to make a model that could create memes for you in the future. So that essentially how this works, And we have a lot of data analysts in our company, and all these data analysts are memers. I myself and the entire core team are memers, right? We have had built pages with millions of following. We know what how product works, how people work, and we understand what content. Like I mentioned, that relatability is very important in terms of content. The entire
I
team has
believe
that skill.
understanding the psychology here is very crucial.
Exactly, exactly. And I think uh, even including the finance person that we have, so he was actually an admin of a page. But even though you're an admin of a page and all, you have your you were doing, your college, you were doing economics, you were doing BBA and stuff like that. These are the kind of people who are in my finance team as well. So everybody is a memer, irrespective of whatever you're doing in the company. So that is something I'm very proud of.
All right. So, how has the audience perceived this feature? Have they been using it?
For
Um,
for sure. So the audience has, really has found it very new. So this is a model that we're currently improving. It does not give 100% accurate results every time. It's probably at a 50 to 50 60% mark in terms of accuracy. But it is something that people, once you get a hang of, how to use it, what kind of verbs to use, what kind of words to use to create a meme, then it becomes easier. And there is a strong retention for the users who use it quite a bit. you
mhm.
know the users who do use it, there's quite a bit. Discoverability of it, we are right now kept to the minimum because we don't want it to be discovered too much, also because it's a very expensive proposition. So right now we don't charge anything for using it, but being heavy machine learning models, they
Mhm.
are very expensive on the servers as well. So more usage, more, it just blows out of proportion. So we are keeping it, but it's perceived well. And the fact of the matter is this, currently also we are training the model more and more. And what eventually that we want to do is, right now people are using it to create, small memes. But eventually where I see this going is that the platform in itself will be able to generate content for you. For example, you're a journalist and you want journalism related memes. I should be able to get that context and create memes for you on the platform, even though there aren't any memes regarding journalism on the platform. Because the thing is, if I want to create a big platform, I want to create a massive platform, I need everybody on the platform, right? And in order to get everybody on the platform, I need to have content for everybody on the platform. And this is one way which solves that problem.
Absolutely. So how have things changed for MemeChat after it bagged the second position at the Atmanirbhar Bharat Innovation Challenge? Has there been a prominent support by the Indian government, or was it limited to the competition? How has it changed?
I think in terms of the Atmanirbhar app innovation challenge, there was definitely a constant support by the Indian government in various ventures that they were taking out, very innovative ventures they were taking out. They took out a meme contest. And in fact, we were we saw all that happen. We till now actually we are in touch with them,
Mhm.
uh, right? And so the government definitely has supported all the Atmanirbhar companies. And but definitely for us it was a lot of, I think that was a massive turning point. It led us to the first round of funding that we picked up by 500 startups. And it was kind of like the thing that catapulted us like to the next level in terms of brand value and brand equity. And I think that was a very very big part that the App Innovation Challenge played.
Great, great. I understand. Mm, so, MemeChat is only about 3 years old, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So, but still, it has some prestigious names attached to it. You've partnered with Alt Balaji, Hotstar, Amazon Prime for creating the user-generated memes. Could you perhaps, with some cases, describe how your journey has been with these brands?
Yeah. Uh, so we work with various brands, and how we get. So we don't have a sales team. We are tech people. We are memers. We know how to build a product. We know how to scale a product. But for me, being having though there's some amount of business mind that I do have. Maybe I don't know, but my goal was to have money. the company has money in its account. So what we did was we partnered with these agencies, these marketing agencies. There were like Dentsu. There is various other agencies.
Mhm.
They used to give us campaigns, uh, uh, and when they did that, it was for these brands, and that's how we started working with these brands. And then various other brands started coming to us, directly, and it's been a very enjoyable ride because what me and my team bring to the table for a brand is the complete meme expertise. How meme should be made for your brand, and then we leverage the platform, to getting memes created in bulk and to have a viral outreach. And I think because everybody in the team is so good at memes, it just becomes such an advantage to these brands that it's so there is definitely a sort of technical aspect that is involved in helping these brands scale in terms of memes and content. But there's also a sort of consultation that my team can give these brands in terms of how it is supposed to be done and how it is going to be maximum benefit for you as a brand. And
That's
it's and the entire the journey with these brands is we've managed the brand retention also very well. Like we have retained them extremely well.
great. I'm just anticipating the number of laughs that might occur every day at the meme chat office.
Yeah, I mean, so we are actually now shifting into a new office where in Gurgaon, currently in Bombay. But I think with the lockdown and everything, and our new hiring, we're having a lot of people coming from Delhi, so we are shifting that side. But it is a very fun environment. Like it's extremely chill environment. Like we don't need expensive stuff or expensive cool things to have or some really fancy things in the office to have good fun. But the environment itself, it's a very friendly environment, and I think that is what I believe should be propagated in kind of every office. It has to be friendly, and empathy, friendly, and yeah, I think those are two most important values that we bring. So because of that, right, you just continue sharing jokes. They make fun of me. I'm roasted all the time. I'll roast them. It's like that. And if I'm not roasted, then it's like I'll probably tell them, yeah, roast me.
Incomplete
You know,
day, I suppose.
yeah,
So my
yeah.
ultimate and final question to you is, what plans and strategies is MemeChat formulating to stay ahead of the curve? And where do you think the field of memes as a whole will be in a few years? I mean, in a few years, do you still see people on their phones scrolling through memes, or do you have something else in mind?
So what I do have in mind is this: that right now, we I've myself taken a fair bit of time understanding every social media game because essentially this is a time pass product. All the social media apps are time pass products, right? And essentially they are competing for being the best time pass product, right? I've given a fair amount of time, analyzing every app that there is on the market in terms of socials, from Facebook, Instagram, all the Indian social media apps, and we are very much working on something very new, very interesting to really get ahead of the curve in terms of growth and having some very interesting backers now backing us. I think it's going to be a very interesting ride to see when MemeChat, catapults itself because uh, the product is getting stronger and stronger. The team is getting, bigger and healthier, and now we have interesting backers, backing us. So I think it'll be very hard to stop us. And the very interesting part is this, right? That because we help other brands in social media marketing, you know our own social media marketing is very strong. So I think it's something that I would like the eventual world to see of how this unfolds.
Splendid, splendid. That's actually very spectacular to actually listen to somebody as young as you bring about such plans.
Yeah, I'm very excited for what this year has to offer and what the next year has to offer. It's going to be very interesting.
All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And subscribe our channel for more such content.